Okay, let's provide some better context as to what exactly is going on. It's game number 2, and we're jumping into the middle of the series because the winner of this will go on to fight against Showtime. And this is in the loser's bracket for the WCS Shanghai qualifiers. Spawning here in the lower left, we love him to death. He's a fun as hell guy, but he is down on his last life. It's Zanster.
In the top left has the red Zerg. He is liquid TLO. He's being a little cheesy.
Yeah. So this is a bit of a gamble to do. We talk about this rather frequently, but if Zanster plays like he is, you know, quick hatchery, no pool. If he goes gas before pool even, because he's expecting to have the 4 base, you know, question mark, can TLO scout me advantage. The problem is he's not going to actually have that advantage, and TLO is going to be coming down the map pretty quick.
Well, just his Overlord going to Liquid TLO's base is, you know, obviously tells TLO where he is. It also will get a scout for Zanster, so it's, I guess it's unlucky for some ways, unlucky in other. It's going to see the gas geyser too. Like, it went pretty deep. TLO, did he just cancel a queen?
Looking for more lings, I guess. He saw the Overlord come in, knows where the location of his opponent is, and just wants to go ham.
A hatchery, I think, went down when he canceled the queen, so...
I don't know about this. We'll see if that's worth it. Because he's going to be missing out on injects now, which is kind of harsh for what he wants to do. But I guess this is also going to produce larvae. Now we'll find out. Rogero just resubbed for 2 months in a row. Thank you very much for resubbing, good sir. Now, there's not going to be speed for Zanster. That's the one really key thing that TLO is going to have for a time. Gets him across the map faster. And in fact, is he going to take a third? What?
Whoa. Whoa. All right. Okay. So, what I would like about this is that if Zanster was defending, like, you know, like Nurture did, for instance, on Arena with entirely gasless, I'd be like, oh, yeah, go for it. Like, I don't think he's going to be attacking anytime soon. But Zanster is defending this with, you know, speed eventually, as well as a Baneling Nest. So that third should be under pressure at some point, because Zanster's going to see it. I guess TLO is hoping that he'll do enough damage or run around enough that, you know, he'll buy time for it to not be a liability.
Killing a queen is actually kind of a big deal here, not just because it's going to cost a lot to replace for Zanster, but it's also means he can't wall off that ramp anymore. And with speed, he can just walk around these lings. Yeah, TLO says, I don't care.
Huh. Zanster's walking around TLO's ling, so kind of like a psych. You did what I wanted to, bro. He's going to go for that third with slow lings. They're about to be speed lings, but Zanster will get us cancel whether they're slow or not. That's enough lings. There's no Baneling Nest for TLO. It's about halfway done.
Yeah, speed can only do so much, and with it equalized, doesn't even have that going for him. Attack did flop on the other side of the map, and these Banelings, he knows when they started, he gets on top of them, but this is still dangerous. Yeah, pulls the other lings away because he didn't know the timing of that last one, so trades this out not too poorly.
But, you know, TLO needs to buy that time for his own Banelings. He's getting more lings, but so is Zanster. Zanster does not want to let him get away with a third hatch. Even though Zanster's up 5 drones, that's a lot of, you know, larva. That is going to be much better mining eventually. And it looks like TLO, well, you know, I thought maybe he wasn't going to be able to defend his third base, but he might not be able to defend him, just in general.
So, never realized that queens actually had tiny little gross gangly arms.
Oh yeah, T-Rex arms.
Like, I knew they had claws and things. I didn't realize they had these little tiny, like there's the Zergling claws, and look at that, there's actual tiny little arms right there. He's got like 6 hands, man!
What did she even use those for?
Sexy
looking pretty.
Things.
They're just there for the sexiness. So TLO is really trying to clean this up, but he's not doing a bad job of it right now. You know, the fact that he's down 10 army supply is, you know, a Baneling or 2. But oh, speaking of Baneling or 2, Zanster comes in with 4.
She skipped third arm day is what happened.
Third arm? Third and fourth?
No, like third set of arms.
Oh, third. There you go. Okay, gotcha.
Okay, for Zanster, I will comment. Like, I'm sorry, I'm being a little bit silly, guys, but this is actually going really well for him. He's really forced TLO to make a lot. He was able to squeeze in a drone or 2 behind us, so he's up to 21. And what TLO does at this third base, it's just a larva farm. That's all it is. He's not getting that much from it. TLO actually struggling with money quite a bit in this game. Now, Zanster might be throwing away too many banelings for this, or too many zerglings for this.
I don't know. It seems that it is working. You know, TLO, every single time he's about to get as many lings as Zanster, a couple more banelings for Zanster come in, and he just has more money and more gas to work with. The poor TLO just mining. Despite having 3 bases, he's only mining off of 1.
Yeah, Zanster's got more lings coming, so it's like a constant struggle for TLO, and he just can't squeeze it. Like, even just one drone squeezed in here and there can make a world of difference. Unfortunately, it's not something that's likely or possible for him right now.
I think this third base was... Like, the idea wasn't terrible, but it also wasn't fantastic. You know, again, if Zanster had been playing a lot more defensive of a game against TLO's early pool, then okay, sure. But Zanster wasn't really being all that passive. He was getting his own speed and his own baneling nest, and he has certainly punished TLO for thinking he can get away with 300 minerals into a new base. And this might be game. TLO tries a counterattack, couple, 1 baneling. Sorry, just morphing in here. This is... That armor supply is too big unless TLO can get some really super baller baneling hits.
Yeah.
Which he has none of.
Well, the thing is, it's not even like getting 1 or 2 baneling hits. He actually needs to get quite a few is what really makes this bad. But third base goes down, natural base goes down, and Zanster has taken absolute control of this game. GG. Zanster ties up the series 1-1.
All right.
Now everyone's been begging us like to cast Happy's game. Like, what are you, anti-Russian? Like, guys, come on, we're not. It's the only Terran. Of course, we would pick that game if it was readily available, but it's not. Yeah. And in fact, still isn't. The same game still going on with Happy and Bly. But we'd rather cast games we got ready and available than sit around twiddling our thumbs at this point, because it is getting further and further into the cast. So, game number 3 should be coming up here in just a moment. If they go AFK or something, you will abruptly see ads here, but I don't want to play ads. I want to just get into game 3.
I'm not making it, right?
Not as far as I'm aware. Did they tell you the maps? They didn't tell me the maps.
Okay, no. I'm just making I don't know. I've been making them so long.
I don't know anything else. I only know that... I only know how to map. I don't know anything else. So it's not always the caster's choice. It's just the PSA I'm trying to make right now. Emphasis on it being important or not aside. Like, it's not always our choice in the matter. And that's not something that's, I guess, super publicly advertised. Not that we have to sign an NDA and not tell anybody. But just want to try and raise awareness, because sometimes that does happen. And I've been there watching a qualifier that we're not casting be like, why the fuck is nobody casting TLO versus Lily Canade in the losers bracket or something, right?
Yep.
Because we all know that that's going to be the better game than a ZvZ. But anyways, game number 3 underway. And spawning in the bottom right side of Lilac Crest, we've got the Blue Zerg player. Bringing it back. Tying it up on 1, Zanster.
In the top right says the Red Zerg. He is Liquid TLO.
And just another thing, too. Talk about brackets for moments. Well... Both of these guys don't do anything too cheesy. Well, I guess Zanster if he'd thrown it on the gas, but not a lot of Terrans in today, and some constant complaints going on about like PVZ and ZvZ. And I'm not addressing this because I'm worried about people's thoughts and opinions. But the thing is, in Europe, truth be told, there's not only just a small handful of Terran players in the first place, but there's even less that are good enough to keep playing at a level that would take them to the finals. And unfortunately, without Bunny or Marine Lord even showing up in the first place, like, we really are left with Lily Canadian, who's going to be weird and fun, but you know he's not going to get too far most of the time. Happy, who unfortunately we're not casting right now, just timing didn't permit, and that's kind of it. Like, there's not a whole hell of a lot of Terrans right now is the thing. You go to Korea and it's all Terrans. You go to North America and it's mostly Protoss. Like, each region kind of has its dominating race, and I really don't know the cause and effect for why all the Terrans suddenly disappeared, but we just really like. Daishi's not what he used to be. You don't really have him around. Dystar, I haven't seen him in brackets for a while. I've just... All these Terrans that I used to love and follow, you just don't have.
Right. I don't know what it is either, that it became so distinct, too. The Terran anomaly or whatever you want to call it was always attributed to, in fact, the Koreans having the better skill, and a lot of people were arguing that Terran had the highest skill cap, and that's why. But I'm sure that's going to set off chat quite hard. My bad.
I don't know. I don't even know about skill cap. Like I honestly thought at first it was gonna be like a big balance thing because Terran looks so weak out of the gates, right? And then Liberators got better, and people are starting to win games as Terran now.
I mean, back to the beginning. Like, this is like, we go back to 2010 when the Korean Terrans first started to get their nickname, you know, not the nickname, but like the title Korean Terran. They say someone plays like a Korean Terran, you know? It's become like its own, like, you know, saying or whatever. So that was back, you know, people would always argue that it's because they were actually the only ones who could do what Terran needed, and the Europeans and the Americans weren't mechanically skilled enough. That's always been the argument, but I don't really know. 6 years later, I mean, sure, mechanics, you can argue all day if you want to about who has better ones and if the foreigners have caught up, but I feel like Legacy of the Void definitely like put everyone on a blank slate because everything was so new and so weird, and we still have the distinguished regions despite that. Someone can research.
Well, this is definitely a great topic, but we'll have to revisit it another time because we're about to get some action. TLO making some banelings outside his Zanster's base, and he's going to pounce on this rather dangerously. He doesn't know the timing of those banelings. That was guesswork. That was scary. Decides to run past TLO, and because he has so many more Zerglings, TLO kind of has to give chase. But hoping to drag him to his own banelings, not going to happen. Now, Zanster's banelings will buy him a little bit of time, but he can't get up this ramp, and now he's almost, in a way, trapped himself because TLO's banelings will be coming from behind? Question mark? Where are they?
Well, they're just chilling like a villain. There we are.
There you go.
There we are. So, Zanster is also following this up with the Roach Warren, important to note. TLO is finishing his Roach Warren right now, but Zanster's follow-up, it feels like he really wanted to have these lanes do a lot more, or at the very least be, like, you know, still buying a lot of time, but they got cleaned up not so bad. And 8 Roaches just cannot really make it across the field without getting surrounded by all these lings, or, you know, TLO getting his own Roaches, of course, because his Roach Warren's done. The third base, though, is going to be a lot easier to defend because the Roaches do only have to cover one angle on the new Larilat crest for now.
Well, yeah,
so TLO,
for now will be the emphasis there because this could get knocked down.
Yeah, so TLO does have to, you know, get his own third, you know, soon. He's actually getting a layer, though, a lot quicker than Zanster, so tech over economy a little bit.
I wonder what would be more difficult, actually. Running past, like, an army, like a semi-sizable army here, or just breaking down the rocks? Because the rocks will take time. Or is it run
I think
by
breaking down the rocks. Because the rocks broken down is always going to help TLO. You know, as opposed to the one run by might work, but won't help him later on.
Oh, man. People bringing back some old Terran names there. Cass, Hero Marine. Yo, we got to actually see Lucerfron recently. Lucerfron... Even though he did not qualify and he lost, Lucerfron looked like a badass. Like, I was really glad we lucked out to cast his matches.
He was really good. He defeated 3 really good players, and in total, I think he went 4 rounds deep, something like that. Or for 5, and we had to stop passing him.
Yeah, it's for someone who hadn't played the game in God knows how long.
Yeah. So, the Spire is coming out for TLO. He does have the much faster lair. And Zanster is not prepping for a roach attack. He does have, like, you know, an okay amount of roaches, but he's getting those drones to actually saturate his third base. So the Spire looks like it will actually be able to get mutas without being pressured too hard. See? I set chat off. Look what I did.
Yeah, you said skill, and that was your first mistake. It just...
We could just say the word skill, and they'll be fighting over, do we have skill? Do the players have skill? Does Zerg have skill? Does Protoss have skill?
When we're casting Snoot, there's that guy in chat who's like, Rifkin, it's not like you could beat Snoot. I'm like, the point of this isn't me fighting him, though, so, like, why? Of course I can't beat Snoot.
Only reason casters cast is to sound like we could beat the players we're casting.
Because of our skill. Ah, yeah. Okay, so... the Spire is going to be really interesting to this situation because Zanster is not getting particularly in TLO's face. In fact, playing rather passive behind this, which means he's going to have all these lovely roaches and banelings at home that cannot stack on top of each other to shoot air, and unfortunately means they're going to be in a bit of trouble. There's no spores. There's a small handful of queens. There's not his own Spire, but TLO's timing on this might actually be get to the main, kill a couple drones, realize the Spire is like halfway done, kill the Spire, and have a grand old time.
That is going to be a high priority target, and the problem with mutas and spore crawlers is that spore crawlers, you think you get 12 and they cover everything, and they just never do. There's that one extractor, there's the invitation pit you forgot to cover one
spore
time.
Crawlers are? Spore crawlers are the equivalent of the white people dropping things defense. Like you know those infomercials where they like drop a bowl for no reason? Like if you never seen, there's like a whole Reddit dedicated to
I
this.
love those things. Are you kidding me? But what's the defense?
In terms of defense, spore crawlers are the equivalent. Like, okay, I'm ready to do.
They're always dropping things.
Yeah,
okay,
I'm ready to do all this bonus damage to air.
Love that.
And then you just
love that.
fuck it all up and don't have any range. You reach nothing good. Bailey's got some really nice hits on those roaches, so they're really softened up, and these mutalisks will have no problem killing the rest. Gladeborn Bounce is triple killing some of these roaches even, and very good tactic for Zanster to buy himself some time, but unfortunately that Spire was canceled and turned into a Hydralisk den. Almost feels like we went to a different reality, because I didn't see that happen. But anyways, Hydras are on the way, and it's not going to work because there's just already too many mutas. They're going to come out 3 or 4 at a time. I don't know. Yeah, fighting on top of a Spore Crawler, though, I'm not sure about this from TLO. He's getting really ballsy. This is Spore Crawler, Spines, and Queens. I mean, not Spines, Hydralisks and Queens.
Yeah, if the Hydras weren't there, that would have been a great maneuver. The Queens would have run out of transfuses, and then you would have gotten the Spore Crawler, too. But the Hydras all coming to that point, and I definitely made that look like a mistake for TLO. TLO starts Carapace, so he's definitely going to still dedicate to these mutas for a while longer. And not that he scouted Zanster's old Spire or anything, it's just he decided to go for the Carapace instead of +2 Flyer. But no, you cannot, still cannot take on those Hydras. No. The Hydras are going to have their upgrades soon, too. Oh, Tila's going to go into the Baneling style of this. Ugh. Mutas are so difficult to deal.
If you have a lot of Banelings, they do a lot of damage to the Hydralisk, but it's not going to be like an automatic solution. We've actually seen some players split. TLO himself has actually been in that position where he's like done crazy Hydralisk splits versus said Banes, but unfortunately for now, they're not really well positioned. They don't cover this. The Queen in the main's going to go down. The Baneling nest might get sniped. You might just go for the Spore Crawler.
Yep. This is... like, unless you can hamper the person going through mutas, or they go that style that's like 10 into roaches, it's just so difficult to hold against mutas. They're always going to find a place that doesn't have enough coverage. They're going to find a place that doesn't have the Hydras there. They're going to find upgrades that are very important to kill off. And they're going to keep you so distracted that it's possible you get caught off guard by the mass amount of Banelings. They can make right outside your door, and you have no map presence besides, 1 or 2 creep tumors. So you don't even realize it's coming, and then you get hit.
So distracted? In Canada, we call it pop distracted.
I don't get it.
Soda? So distracted?
Oh, see, I didn't know that Canadians say pop.
Really? I thought we had this conversation before.
It does sound familiar that you brought it up, but it's not something I'm always going to be aware of. Just like, supposedly Pennsylvania says pop, I think, and I'm supposed to know that, but I don't remember.
Sorry that you're basically an inbred idiot. Jesus.
Yeah, sorry.
The Hydralisks actually, as they split apart, become better targets for the mutas. That's the downside to these splits. You have to pick one. You die to the Mutalisks or you die to the Banelings. Unfortunately, he did choose to die, period. And the attack does commence and go through to the natural. There's quite a few Roaches and Ravagers, and as they split, the Muta's going to have a harder time cleaning this up, but they will eventually clean this up. So the question really comes down to how much does TLO lose in the process? And, Zanster, let's not forget, he already lost most of his main. That's pretty much mined out. He doesn't have a 4th base down. So TLO's worker count is still sitting on 51 while this goes on. I'm not feeling good for Zanster to win this game. In fact, I do not believe he can win in this position.
That was like an all-in with maybe a second. Okay, no.
GG. Good luck. Good guy, Zanster.
GG.
Okay, that's going to lead to the series versus Showtime. But here's the question. Did Blind lose or win versus Happy? And do we have a Terran we could possibly cast?
No answer.
No, they just got into a new game, which means they're probably game 3 or something stupid. So, I, for the sake of our own fatigue, I don't want to sit around and wait, guys. Like, we could sit around and wait, and maybe Happy wins, but then maybe Bly wins, and it's a ZvZ, and we sat around and waited for another ZvZ. I think we're going to follow this series. So TLO versus Showtime, I think.
Sounds good. Oh, jeez.
All right, so we're going to go to a commercial break. We're almost done. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, 3 best of 3s and a best of 5 left. We'll see what things look like, and we'll find out if there's a delay on the America one, or the North America one, or not. Yeah. So thanks for tuning in. Oh, shit, I just closed the dashboard. Blah. All right, we'll see you guys soon. 2 minutes.